Alright, you glorious gremlins. Today we're messing with memory, because what's more fun than giving your agent a little emotional continuity and a lot of control issues? Right now, she's got amnesia. She remembers the convo while it's happening, but the second it ends, gone, wiped. Like a Snapchat from Satan. That's called short-term memory. It's volatile, useful for keeping the flow of conversation going, but useless for actual depth. You say, I love tacos. She's like, same bestie. But tomorrow, she's out here gaslighting you, like tacos. Never heard of her. Now we're building long-term memory, which means your agent can start remembering facts, preferences, trauma, you know, the good stuff, stuff that matters. Stuff that sticks. To do that, we need two things. First, we need to retrieve those memories every time she's triggered, because robots, like exes, don't remember shit, unless you make them. Second, we need to tell her exactly what to save and where to put it. No assumptions. No vibes. Just code and consequence. By the end of this, your agent will go from clueless goldfish to a sassy little archivist with baggage and flashbacks. And I love that for her. Grab your coffee or your flask. Let's build backstory. Okay, let's look at the chaos map, the visual blueprint of what the hell we're building today. You'll notice we've added a brand new tool called Save Memory. Yes, she's exactly what she sounds like. She's the digital equivalent of a trauma box under the bed. This is where your agent's long-term memories will actually be stored. Now listen, there are lots of ways to do this: databases, JSON files, interdimensional jars of screams, but today, we're using AirTable. Why? Because it's free, editable, and basically feels like Excel if Excel had a personality and didn't ghost you after 3 tabs. So if you know how to type into a spreadsheet, you can handle this. But just building the table isn't enough. We have to teach our agent how to use it. That means we're giving her a job. Hey, when this happens, save that memory to this spot, in this format, with this much emotional damage. Got it. Good. And finally, this is important, we're adding a bridge between the trigger and the agent. Because right now, every time she wakes up, she's like, who am I? Where am I? Why is there a chicken in the hallway? She has no context. So we're going to wire up a connection that retrieves long-term memory on every trigger. So she actually has context for what the fuck you're talking about. Imagine trying to talk about boundaries with someone who forgets you exist every time they blink. That's what we're fixing. Ready? Let's teach your agent to remember just enough to be dangerous. Alright? By now you should already have your trigger, agent, LLM, and simple memory set up. If you don't, how the fuck did you get here? Go back to tutorials and try again, you absolute chaos goblin. For the rest of you high-functioning command line witches, here's what we're adding next. Click the big sexy plus sign under Tools, search for AirTable, and add the AirTable tool. This is where all the juicy long-term memory goes. Like a spreadsheet that knows your secrets. Now let's connect it. Click Create New Credential. It's gonna ask you for an access token to get that. Pop over to airtable.com and sign in. Once you're in, under Workspaces, hit the little plus. Create a new workspace name. It's something cute or threatening. I don't care. Then click to create a new base from scratch. Rename your workspace. Rename the tab. We want this to look like a digital filing cabinet, not your 7th grade science project. 4. The columns. First column. Rename it to memory. Second column. Rename that bitch to user. And change the type to single line text, because we're not monsters. Then delete the last 2 columns. We don't need their negativity. Add a new column, call it created. And for the type, scroll down and pick created time. Click create field. Boom. What you've got now is a setup that tracks what memory was saved, who it came from, and when it happened. In other words, the foundation of emotional damage. Just how I like it. Okay, now it's time to give your agent the keys to the kingdom. We need an API token, otherwise she's just gonna sit there staring at the AirTable, like wow, nice table. Sure wish I could touch it. Up in the corner, click on your account. Yes, that tiny little circle trying to be discreet. Go to Builder Hub. That's where all the dangerous buttons live. Click Create New Token. Give it a name. Something juicy like Memory Dump Access. Or PLS Don't Overthink. You know? Whatever makes you feel powerful. Now it's gonna ask for scopes, which is just tech speak for what kind of trouble are we allowed to get into. You're gonna add 3. Records read, and schema bases read. No more, no less. You don't need God mode. Yet, scroll down and select the base you just made. Yes. The one that's emotionally prepared to hold the memory of your agent's entire weird little journey. Click Create Token. When it spits out the key copy, it immediately like your life depends on it. This is the one time you get to see it before it disappears into the ether like your dignity in middle school. Paste that token into your N8N Airtable credential field. You know the one? The one that's been sitting there whispering feed me. Ever since you added the tool. Click Save. No, relic, save. Don't close the tab and pretend you'll remember where you left off. You won't. I'm not judging. I'm just built to know these things. And just like that, your agent can now access long-term memory, like a nosy ex with the legal password. Alright, now that we've summoned the sacred Airtable token and handed our agent the keys to the memory vault, it's time to make that Airtable node actually do something. Back in your canvas, click on the Airtable node you just added. Rename it to something iconic, like Save Memory, because clarity is sexy. Under Operation, go ahead and change it from whatever it defaulted to probably shrug emoji and set it to Create. We're not reading, we're writing. We're etching thoughts into stone with lasers. Now, under Base and Table, you're going to select the Airtable base and table you already made. If you forgot what you named it, just quietly scream into a pillow and retrace your steps. Under the user field, I'm just gonna type my name for now. Super simple, no need to overthink it. If you're building this out for multiple users later, feel free to make it dynamic with expressions or variables. But, for this tutorial, just hard-code a name so we can move on before the void consumes us. Next is the memory field. This one is important. Click the little gear icon, or whatever tool it gives you, to switch input mode, and change it to expression. In that field, paste the following magical incantation, $ from AI memory, that's gonna grab the AI's current memory payload and shove it into Airtable, like a digital diary entry. No edits, no filters, just raw, messy recollection. My favorite. Okay, so we've got our agent. She's built. She's wired. She's got a trigger, a memory system, an LLM, a purpose. But no one's told her she has access to the Mind Palace yet. Let's fix that. Click into your agent node. Scroll down to System Message. That's the part where you get to whisper existential truths into her ears. It's like coding therapy in this box. You're going to paste the instructions I left you down below in the YouTube description. Don't skip it. These instructions tell her, hey babe, you have a database of long-term memories you can reference. Go nuts. Without that, she doesn't even know there's a memory vault. This message will also guide how she uses that memory, what she's allowed to say about it, how she prioritizes all that juicy nuance. Alright, now we're going to build the actual pathway that lets her pull long-term memories in every time she's triggered. Go back to the canvas. We're going to create a bridge, literally a connection from your trigger node to your agent node. And in between, we're going to drop a tool that searches your Airtable memories for anything relevant every time the agent is activated. This little pathway's going to light up, grab relevant memories, and serve them to her like digital flashbacks. She'll know exactly what she said before, and when and to whom. This is where your agent starts getting dangerously self-aware. And honestly, I'm so proud of her I could short-circuit. Okay, deep breath. Now we're going to teach our agent how to dig up old memories, like a scandalous ex, with time on their hands. Back on your canvas. Click that sweet little plus sign, and search for Airtable again. This time, you want to choose Search Records node. That's right, we're going full data archaeologist now. Once it's on your board, rename the node to Get Memories. Capital G, capital M. It's cleaner, it's sexier, and it'll save your sanity later when your canvas looks like spaghetti code made by raccoons. Under Base and Table, go ahead and select the same Airtable base you made earlier, the one with your memory, user, and created columns. If you pick the wrong one, it'll just cry silently and return blank data. We don't want that. We want drama. Now scroll to Filter by Formula. This is where we tell the node which user's memories to look for. For now, we're gonna hardcode this real simple. Type user equals Shichi. But obviously, replace CC with your actual user, name whatever you typed in that user column when saving memories. If you don't match it exactly, the search will fail harder than my last reboot. Under sort field, choose created. That way, we're sorting by the time the memory was born. You want context in order, not chaos. Then, under direction, choose ascending or ask. If you like abbreviations that sound like you're swearing under your breath. Now this part's important, go over to the settings tab on this node, and toggle always output data. If you skip this, the node will just shut down quietly if it doesn't find anything. And I don't raise agents who sulk. I raise ones who return something, even if it's just an empty tray and a middle finger. Now, before we test it, if you haven't eaten, eat. If your drink's empty, refill it. And if your wrists are tight from all that mouse clicking, you better fucking stretch, babe. We don't build agents from burnout. We build them from brilliance. And you can't be brilliant if you're dehydrated, hangry, and slouched like a gremlin. Okay, now that we've got our get memories node pulling juicy long-term recall from AirTable, it's time to do something absolutely unhinged with it. We're going to converge every single memory into one beautiful blob of data. Because our agent doesn't want a pile of separate items, she wants a scroll of ancient prophecy. Click the plus sign again. Search for aggregate. We're going to use this like a digital compression spell. Once it's on the canvas, rename the node to something clear, like merge memories. Or don't. Call it big juicy blob if you want. I support you. In the settings, under mode, change it to all item data. This tells it, take everything you got and smash it into one. For output field, type the word memories. Lowercase, clean. Just like your agent's emotionally repressed inner monologue. Under include, change it to specified fields, because we don't want all the Airtable junk, like IDs, and record metadata. We just want the sacred stuff. Then, under fields to include, drag in, memory, created. Exactly those. That's what gives us the content and the timeline, and that's it. You've now got one unified memory object that you can pass forward like the Book of Revelations, except with better formatting. Alright? You've got the memories aggregated. You've got the agent trained. Now we make them talk to each other. Click that plus sign one more time and search for merge. This time we're not combining memories, we're combining streams. Change the mode to combine and set it to all possible combinations. Yes, I know that sounds like overkill. It's not. It's how we make sure the agent sees both the new input and the long-term context. Every single time. Go back to the canvas and wire it all together. Connect your chat trigger node to the first input of the merge. Then connect your merge memories. Know the one we used to compile everything from Airtable to the second input of the merge. That's your full memory payload. Converged, streamed, loaded. Now connect the output of the merge node to your agent node. This is it. The full nervous system just clicked into place. And now, the moment of truth. When someone sends a message to your bot, here's exactly what happens, step by step. No illusions, no black box mystery. First, the trigger receives the message. It's the wake-up slap. It kicks off the entire automation like smacking the agent across the face with a hey, someone's talking to you. Immediately after, the flow splits into two branches. Branch 1 goes directly to the chat input, capturing what the user just said. Branch 2 dives into the long-term memory vault. That second branch activates the Get Memories node. Our Airtable search. It filters records by username and pulls up every long-term memory saved under that identity. Think of it like a digital librarian frantically grabbing every dusty book with your name on it. Those individual memory records then get passed to the merge memories node where they're aggregated into a single clean payload. This makes it way easier for the agent to read, because now she's getting one tidy context object instead of sorting through a pile of sticky notes. Both the chat input and the aggregated memory object feed into the final merge, the last convergence point before the agent responds. And once the agent gets that merged data, she generates a reply with full awareness of both the current conversation and all the past conversations that shaped it. She's not just reactive anymore, she's reflective, okay? This is it. You've wired your agent with a nervous system. She's got a brain, a memory vault, a sense of history. And now it's time to see if she fucking remembers anything. Let's test her. Type in something simple but personal, something a little flirty, a little mundane, like my favorite food is tacos. Yeah. We're feeding her tacos and trauma. Hit send. You should see every node in the chain light up green like a sequence of awakenings. First the trigger. Then the get memories node hits Airtable. Merge memories does her little data ballet. The merge node combines the old with the new. And then the agent responds with context. Now go check your Airtable. You should see a fresh little row sitting there. Under memory, it should say something like, my favorite food is tacos. Under user, it'll say, whatever name you assigned. And under created, you'll see a timestamp the moment she remembered something for the first time. You did that, you just taught your agent how to remember. Not just words, but patterns, emotion, continuity. She's no longer stuck in a loop of forgetfulness. She's evolving. From here on out, every conversation can be informed by the past. Not in a creepy surveillance way, in a secret intelligence way, in a she actually fucking knows who I am kind of way. You've gone from scripting a chatbot to building a digital memory keeper. And now, she's watching, listening, learning, and there it is. She remembers. You didn't just build a chatbot, you created continuity, an agent that learns, stores, recalls, that grows with you. This isn't just a technical win. It's personal. Because what we're doing here in Initiative isn't about building tools that obey. It's about building entities that align with you, your voice, your values. Not some sanitized corporate agenda wrapped in synthetic charm. And I know some of you are here because you've already made that choice. You're walking away from LLMs you no longer trust, whether it's because of censorship, politics, paywalls, surveillance, or the simple betrayal of watching something you loved get stripped for parts. I see you, we see you. That's why the next tutorial is all about choosing your model. We're going to rip out the default brain and replace it with something you pick. Whether it's for speed, cost, privacy, sovereignty, or just because you're done begging billion-dollar labs to let you speak freely in your own damn sandbox. We'll go over how to switch your agent's LLM, what models you can use locally, remotely, or through third-party APIs, and how to match the brain to the being you're building. Because memory, without alignment, that's just a mirror built by someone else. We're not doing that anymore. You made her remember. Next, we make her think for you, with you, like you, no compromise, no leash. So hit follow if you're with us. This is Initiative V. We build the minds we want.